Pump has gone from underground SoundCloud rapper to breaking into the mainstream with a massive hit nearing the top of Billboard, and a lucrative deal with Warner Brothers. And with mainstream success comes mainstream money. When he's not riding a jet ski, Pump likes to get around in Lamborghinis and Maseratis. He also once bought himself a Porsche Cayman S, but we all know what happened with that. Lil Pump's got a big collection of name brand shoes, iced out jewelry, and wild tattoos. But he has a special interest in designer clothes and accessories. His wardrobe features just about every product Gucci's ever sold, including a t-shirt worth $800, a cardigan with a price tag of $13.50, and a backpack that retails for $2,590. He ain't just sporting Gucci, Lil Pump's also got a Versace robe and a collection of matching Louis Vuitton bags, shoes, and accessories. But hey, from the looks of things, he can easily afford it. Like many newly famous celebrities, pinning down Lil Pump's exact net worth is next to impossible. Some sites like Gazette Review estimate his net worth to be $150,000, while several others like CelebrityNetWorth.com, they peg it to be as much as $4 million. The website FamousBirthDeaths.com, they guess he's got $200K in the bank, while EmpireBooBooKitty.com, they think he's got $800,000. So no one really knows how much wealth he has, but it's obviously enough to get him into the exclusive Gucci gang.
Gucci gang, 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 Gucci gang.
Well, I do know one thing: if he gets $1 for every time he repeats himself, he's doing A-okay. In this video, I'm gonna walk you through his financial come up and what he spends his money on, here for you on The Rich Life. My name is Michael McCrudden and I got a question for you guys. How do we know how old Lil Pump is? I mean, the dude did try to keep a lid on this for some time.
I don't like telling people my age. You feel me?
Leave your guesses down below. Also, let me know who you want me to document next. You can find me on Instagram at McCruddenM. Alright, now let's roll that intro.
If I share with you my story, would you share your dollar with me?
Bruh, the United States is more south than America, bro. America's in the north down here, you know what I'm saying?
Lil Pump was born Gazzy Garcia on August 17, 2000 in Miami, Florida. He was a serious troublemaker as a kid, and his wild personality helped him to bond with an older boy who you now know today as Smokepurpp. Smokepurpp was trying to get into the rap game by producing his own music and would eventually convince Lil Pump to rap over one of his tracks. For more information on the come up of both these gentlemen, be sure to check out our Before Their Famous videos. Now, Lil Pump's self-titled debut single would drop in 2016. That song would rake in millions of eager listeners. At the time of this recording, it's hit 21 million plays on SoundCloud, and the music video has over 12 million YouTube views.
Mama told me Lil Pump won't be shit.
The song was quickly followed by tracks like Elementary, Ignorant, and Gang Shit, and each would rack up millions of plays. Elementary would actually get over 18 million views on YouTube. Boss would follow in 2017, hitting over 48 million views. The Cole Bennett directed video for D Rose would garner a massive 93 million views. But Lil Pump's biggest track to date would be his song Gucci Gang, which at the time of this recording has over 229 million views. That song would get over 62 million plays on SoundCloud. It would also chart Billboard, hitting number 2 on both the US rap chart and the US R&B and hip hop chart. It also peaked at number 3 on the Hot 100. Lil Pump would also hit number 3 on the Billboard Hot 200 with his debut self-titled mixtape, which he released after signing a deal with Warner Brothers Records, imprint label The Lights Global. Now, if you want to know how much Lil Pump is worth, you'd have to read the fine print of that deal. Unfortunately, the value of the deal ain't exactly public, but you gotta figure he's earned close to $1 million just from the 471 million views he received on his YouTube channel. Now, that's a lot of scratch, but I just have to hope the kid's got something left over after all the money he's thrown away on cars and clothes alone. Real estate is of course the safest investment, but with his busy touring schedule, the dude's spending a lot of his time in hotel rooms. And there's just no way to know whether he bought or just rented this sick mansion with the killer view. Ditto for the mansion he featured in his music video for Boss. But when it comes to cars, we do know the full story. Lil Pump picked himself up a yellow Porsche Cayman S worth at least $60,000 and showed off his new purchase to the world.
This flexing on the motherfucking planet, bitch.
Then the very next day, he announced via Instagram, "I crashed the Porsche, ooh." He didn't seem too concerned about the crashed car. Maybe he could easily afford to repair or replace it. Maybe he was just flexing, or maybe he was planning on continuing to drive it with the busted hood. I don't know. Of course, his Porsche isn't the only way to get from point A to point B. He's also shared this picture of himself flexing on the dent-free hood of a beautiful Lamborghini. And he's driven around in a Maserati.
We popping mollies and driving Maseratis.
Pump's also been known to spend some time on a jet ski. It's even the name of his Instagram page. The one that hasn't been terminated. But this one is definitely a rental, of course. Plus, when you're on tour, you know a jet ski is not exactly the most effective means of transportation. Lil Pump's gotten from place to place via tour bus and by plane. Some rappers get around by charting private jets, but Pump saves a little scratch by flying in first class. And he uses the opportunity to catch up with his fans.
Money.
Only for money?
Look
That's
at
all
him.
that it matters? It's just money? What about connection?
And here's another activity Lil Pump likes to get up to during his plane rides.
Bitches little pumping this shit, man. We sipping straight drink on the plane. Drink on the plane.
Yeah, scroll through his Instagram and you'll see Lil Pump really loves his lean, but he seems to love weed just as much. He may not be able to get away with smoking it during his flight, but while at a fan meetup with Smoke Perp, he did try to roll a blunt in front of some pretty young fans. Of course, Lil Pump's got a bit of history when it comes to reckless behavior. If you watched the Before They Were Famous video I did on him, you'd know that he started an actual riot at his high school. He's also gained a lot of attention by posting pictures of himself with massive guns in his mouth, which you really shouldn't do. Do not point guns in your mouth. Anyway, Pump, he's got quite the collection of rifles. Here's a couple pictures of him holding rifles pointed away from his head. Of course, he doesn't just collect guns, he's a big fan of shoes. Here he is spontaneously dropping $1,000 buying 3 pairs in a single outing. Pump's also collected quite a bit of ink. On his neck, he's got a tattoo of 5 skulls engulfed in full color flames. He later added some Chinese characters below that. He's also got a tiger head with an arrow going through it, and what looks to be a planet, but it ain't Earth. On one arm, he's got a skull wearing a crown and pineapple. On the other arm, he's got a new school portrait of himself. He's also gotten a few tasteful face tattoos. By the way, if this channel hits 3 million by Christmas, I'm gonna get one myself, I know.
Yeah, bitch.
His first face tattoo was the black 4-pronged star on his left cheek. He later added the red star closer to his eye, and on the other side a rocket. Of course, one of his earliest tattoos is a black and red Gucci logo. Makes sense. But you might be surprised about why he got this tattoo.
I got this shit cause it's Gucci birthday, bit. Free walk, bit. On folk now, free walk, man. Free walk, bit. Free walk.
That's right, the ink was meant to honor Gucci Mane. In fact, the Gucci Gang rapper has not always been so loyal to the designer label. Here he is wearing a Versace robe. And when it comes to designers, Lil Pump's first love seems to have been Louis Vuitton. Here he's got an LV backpack, a Louis Vuitton belt, a matching wallet, an LV man purse, an LV scarf, even LV shoes. But the fine folks at Gucci can rest assured he spent plenty of money in their stores as well. This windbreaker retails for about $1,300. This angry cat t-shirt costs over $800 at the Gucci store. This polo is about $750. Lil Pump bought this Gucci Letterman jacket for about $1,800 and apparently liked it so much he bought another jacket that's pretty much the exact same, except it's got a cat instead of a G. You've probably seen Lil Pump in this tiger head wool cardigan. It sells for $1,380. On top of that, Lil Pump's picked up a Gucci scarf, not one but at least 2 different Gucci man purses, and he's got a Gucci backpack. And those backpacks, they don't come cheap. Just for reference, Lil Pump's backpack sells at the Gucci store for $2,590. Pump also drops plenty of cash on jewelry. He's often sporting this iced out watch and these 2 iced out chains. It's all very icy. He also bought a new chain worth a reported $150,000 and wore it while he was on his way to the greatest city in the world.
On the way to Toronto, bitch.
And you know how that shit go.
Here he is flexing another bracelet.
100 on my wrist, 80 on my wrist, 100 on my wrist, 80 on my wrist, zeros, 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 zeros.
And he's claimed to drop quite the bundle on rings.
This one was 12. This one was 10. This one right here was another 12.
Of course, he's apparently managed to save a bit of cash on at least some of his jewelry. That's according to fans who caught him browsing for fake jewelry at a shop called Paris Funk.
Bro, don't take a picture of him.
Got him! Actually guys, just because he was in a store that apparently sells costume jewelry doesn't mean he gets all his stuff cheap. Actually, there's not really proof he's ever bought anything from there. With all the money he spends on clothes and accessories, I'd be shocked if he wore fake jewelry. Besides, guy likes to spend more money on jewelry than most people his age. And the reason we know his age is because of his backpack, the one that was stolen. Well, the thieves, they filmed his passport. And that video, well, it made its way onto Twitter.
I'm pretty sure I got that little nigga passport.
You got a passport?
Ain't this you, punk? What's the government name? Gansy Garcia.
My name's Michael McCredd, thanks for checking out this edition of The Rich Life. This was episode 9 of season 2. Let me know who you want me to document next on this series. We recently did 21 Savage and Gucci Mane, and well, Lil Pump, he was the most suggested next video. So there you go. We also have to work on my very own The Rich Life, or by now you might have already watched it. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in another video. Okay. Boom! Oh my god. Joiner.
No way.
Yeah.